Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari 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 Jai Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Chira Vanachavi Yamuna Chira Vanachavi Yamuna Chira Vanachari Yamuna Chira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Chira Vanachari Yamuna Chira Vanachari Jaya Radha Govinda ki jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Nitai ki jai. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to Shishu Guru and Shri Govinda. Is this place so people can see it over there? Great. Okay, of course, so this morning we're reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya, Middle Leader, chapter 8, verse 255. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Okay, let's try some classical Bengali this morning. I don't say Bengali, classical is 500 years ago. Okay, so let's have a look. Shravana Madhye Jivera Kon Shrishta Shravan. Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Shravana Madhye Jivera Kon Shrishta Shravan. Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Shravana Madhye Jivera Kon Shrishta Shravan. Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
I'll do once more, but I'll slow down a bit. Shravana Madhye Jivera Kon Shrishta Shravan. Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Anybody please?
Shravan Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Shravan Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Shravana Madhye Jiverakom Shrestha Shravan.
Shravana Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Shravana Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravana.
Shravana Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Any ladies?
Shravana Madhye Jiverakom Shrestha Shravan.
Shravana Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Shravana Madhye Jiverakom Shrestha Shravan.
Shravana Madhye Jivakom Shrestha Shravan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Radha-Krishna Prema Keli Karna Rasayan.
Okay, word for word. Shravana Madhye.
Shravana Madhye.
Out of all topics for hearing.
All topics of hearing.
Jivera.
Jivera.
Of the living entity.
Of the living entities.
Come.
Come.
What?
What?
Shrestha, most important. Shravan, topic of hearing. Radha-Krishna Prema Keli, the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Khana Rasayayam, most pleasing to the ear. Okay, the English translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all topics people listen to, which is the best for all living entities? Ramananda Roy replied, hearing about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna is most pleasing to the ear. Please repeat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all topics people listen to, which is best for all living entities? Ramananda Roy replied, hearing about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna is most pleasing to the ear. Purport. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Manor. According to the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39, Vikreditam Vajavadu Idam Cha Vishnu Shradam Vito Nishvinuyadattravana Yedya Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam Haridu Yogam Ashriyakta Hinokti Achirena Dira. He who faithfully hears about the dealings between Lord Krishna and the gopis in the rasa dance, and he who describes his activities, attains the perfectional stage of devotional service and simultaneously lose material, lusty desires. A liberated person who hears about the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna is not inclined to have lusty desires. One mundane rogue once said that when the Vaishnavas chant the name Radha, Radha, he simply remembered a barber's wife named Radha. This is a practical example. Unless one is liberated, he should not try to hear about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. If one is not liberated and listens to a relation of the rasa dance, he may remember his own mundane activities and illicit connection with some woman whose name may also be Radha. Mine is Radha Mohan, so just don't go there. In the conditioned stage, one should not even try to remember such things. By practicing the regulatory principles, one should rise to the platform of spontaneous attraction for Krishna. Then, and only then, one should hear about Radha Krishna Leela. Although these affairs may be very pleasing both to the conditioned and to the liberated souls, the conditioned soul should try not to hear them. Should not try to hear them. The talks between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are conducted on the platform of liberation. The verse again. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all the topics people listen to, become the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, who's the lover of the gopis. We aspire to be the servants of the gopis, not we aspire to be gopis, considering ourselves to decide that, dropping to Radha-Krishna, to externalize or to imitate or to a theatrical performance of some type. And if we don't take the humble position when it comes to any leader, then the leaders in their true transcendental form will therefore not be revealed to us. First, deserve that desire. Well, how do you deserve? We are sadhana bhaktis. Actually, we have to be through sadhana. That's how we begin to deserve. We have to follow the rules and regs. You can imagine, especially with the sahajas of the time, where it's doubtful whether they were following the regulatory principles. How on earth would they be able to truly access the transcendental nature of such leaders of Krishna? The answer is that they could not. Thus, you have this issue, this big problem with sahaja. So how do we balance all this? And how do we kind of get that balance between the glorious, what we can read in Krishna book, for example, the 10th canto, and then you've got some of the works of the Swamis as well, which touch on Gopi. How do we deal with this? Well, first of all, without the necessary qualification, our intelligence could turn the opposite way if we are, only interested in this aspect of the leader. Because ultimately, if you're only interested in this aspect, or we're not interested in Krishna killing the demons, or Krishna Mathura, we're only interested in Krishna and the gopis. But you're motivated. You're seeing from a mundane point of view. Are not all Krishna's leaders transcendental and equal in their own way? If you're interested in something that is, in your view, romantic or resembles that in some from a conditioned point of view, are you not bringing your own baggage with you? The answer is yes, you are. It's a bit like, one way of looking at transcendental leaders, however, is to understand. One way of understanding is that sometimes we think, okay, here we are in this life, and there's something else transcendental, which is true, but actually, what is transcendental is reality, and we are a shadow of that reality. Leela is already existing before this universe existed. It is eternal. It always has been. It always will be. It is nothing to do with this mundane world. This mundane world is like a poor photocopy of the spiritual world. It is not the original. Yeah, it's not the original. It's like you get a PDF and it hasn't come across properly. It's all wrong. It's an inferior version of reality. It exists. This material world exists. Oh yes, but it's like a shadow. But how to truly comprehend that? In order to do that, we have to be truly renounced. Actually, really understand the nature of this world and understand that we do not belong here. And this is actually not so easy to understand. And but this is surely the path of. So I think back to Vikash Swami was also saying it's okay to be inspired by the mood of the gopis. There's great devotees of Krishna because they give all to Krishna, and similarly we should be giving everything to Krishna because everything is Krishna's ultimate. Anyway. So the gopis do that as well in their way, and we also should renounce force. And we also, it says back to Vikash Swami, we do not avoid the gopis for the sake of avoiding these leaders, but we must be careful how to present them to ourselves and certainly to others. And also ask ourselves, what is our motive? What is the motive? We have to say, okay, I'm going to read some Krishna Lila. Okay, what is our motive? Is there any? This is just a bit of fun. This is just okay. I'll get some sense gratification out of this, or enjoy the romance, so to speak. If that's our motive, we might as well put the book down. If our motive, however, is I'm now going to see this in the context of Srila Prabhupada's purports, for example, read the introduction to the Rasa Dance before skipping those paragraphs and getting into the Rasa Dance. If we set ourselves up, if we're humble and understand our own and realistic about our own conditioning, and then read in that mood, in the motive of I am now going to try to help myself spiritually, then surely that's okay. It's a bit like we have to treat Gopi Leela as a precious, delicate, sacred antique. In other words, you have to be careful, but you look after it. You have something like that. Or there's a deity. We've got the Prabhupada deity, or we have the deities, or we have our own deity, whatever we have, represented, of course, by Sahajism. You're going to look after it. You're not going to necessarily show it to every kind of lunatic in the street, or throw it out into the street. In other words, when it smashes on the ground. No, you're going to be presenting this as a sacred thing to be brought out when the time is right. And I think this is kind of like a meditation. I think that may be useful in this context. It's like the vaccine is the cure, as it were. A vaccine is a cure to something, or supposed to be. But an overdose could kill you. An overdose, or something in the wrong context, or the wrong vaccine. You storm into the doctors or the hospital when you you're not feeling well. You tap the doctor, tie him up, and then swing open a cupboard and just grab some random milk. Oh, this looks good. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take the vaccine. Okay. Is that going to do you any good? It might kill you. It may not do anything, but it's certainly not the recommended process. So the recommended process is not to